My name is Amy Cox. I'm originally from Hickman, Kentucky, and I went to undergrad at University of Kentucky. Well, I was interested in healthcare for a long time. And when I started looking into different fields and shadowing, I realized optometry was just a great fit for me because it was really versatile and they have a really good lifestyle and you keep seeing your patients. I didn't want to see my patients one time and then move on, but you see your patients every year and I really love that. I shadowed a few different optometrists. Pretty much anytime someone said, "Oh, my optometrist is so-and-so," or "I go to church with an optometrist," I would say, "Oh, could I shadow them?" I applied and interviewed at multiple schools. I really wanted to keep my options open because I wasn't sure where I wanted to live. I wasn't opposed to moving far away. But SCO was actually my first interview. And so I noticed I would compare every school to SCO. And so once I realized that they were kind of the benchmark, and really for my personal, interest, other schools weren't matching up to SCO. So that was what ultimately led me to that decision. Throughout the entire process, they never failed to answer an email, answer a call at any point in time during the application process, even if I just called and had concerns. The admissions directors both were willing to talk me through those concerns, even though that's really not something that they have time for probably. And then also I knew they would prepare me clinically. The clinical facilities are state of the art, and I could tell that that was really their focus, that they really cared about making really, really good clinicians. SCO has a lot of scholarships to offer and also some contract seats for regional students. Practicality is super important when you're thinking about paying for 4 years of education. So first year you're primarily in classes and then in labs, and second year is quite similar, but you're doing even more hands-on lab work. So I'm excited about that. People are nervous about second year labs because you have to do injections and things like that, but it's exciting because it shows that we're really learning, the bread and butter of optometry instead of just like the basic science fundamentals. So I'm excited about that. And also school screenings. I think those will be really fun and a good way to practice our skills on some difficult patients because first graders don't always comply. So I think that will be really good practice. And then going into our third year, we'll be in the clinic at that point. Something that surprised me actually was that students aren't competitive with one another. That's very different than undergrad, especially in any science department, people who are pre-professional. So I was shocked. I remember the first round of midterms, people were sending Quizlets that they had already made. People were sending study guides that they had already made. And not just to their friends like they might have done in undergrad, but to our whole class. I got married the summer after I graduated, so the summer before I came to SCO. So this was really the first decision we made completely together. And so it's been good. We've really enjoyed Memphis. Well, Memphis has great food for one. It's not the best place if you're dieting, but it has really good food. It's pretty cool to see just a lot of community engagement where there's events, free events pretty frequently, and different things just to get people out and exploring the city and meeting people. I definitely think it's a good place for young people. We enjoy rock climbing. There's 2 local gyms that we can rock climb at inside, and there's a few places within a couple hours drive where you can go outside. And then we go on a lot of walks around Mud Island. So it's a great place to be outside because it's warm all the time, pretty much. I think SCO as a whole is definitely paying attention to staying ahead of the curve. They value that and put a lot of time and energy into that, I think. The clinic, of course, is state of the art, and it's one of the largest standalone eye centers. Our lecture halls are super spacious. They all have microphones. We have video and audio recording for all of our lectures. Our labs are set up like our clinic lanes so that transition is easy. We have access to a lot of equipment that we can try before we purchase our own. But yeah, I think their facilities are top notch. My favorite thing would have to be the people. Friendships and getting to know one another and all hanging out. We started doing that even before our classes started. So before we even really got a chance to meet one another, that was already happening. The faculty are super accessible, and they try to make it fun. You're learning a lot. You're taking like 25 credit hours, but the faculty members want you to also enjoy it. That would be my favorite part. I was getting married the summer after I graduated, and I was deciding my final year of undergrad where to go to optometry school. It was a tough decision in the sense of logistics, because I was trying to work the best thing for me and the best thing for my husband. But as far as where I wanted to go, that was not a tough decision at all. I knew it was SCO pretty quickly after I interviewed.